Alright, I don't know how well this video is gonna be or what I'm even gonna title it, but I've done a video on this car before, and yes, it is a POV video of a 2006 Cadillac DTS. I did one before, but it wasn't really a POV, and I know you're only going to see the top part of the steering wheel, maybe a little bit of the column right here. I look like a complete idiot, but whatever. People will forget about it. And basically, yeah, I'm just going to re-go over it because the last video wasn't that great. It was barely even, you could call it a POV if you wanted to call it that. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about this car. I thought they were coming around. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it. Something about how this is a good budget car. This is probably the cheapest Cadillac V8 you can possibly get. Of course, it is the infamous 4.6 liter all aluminum quad cam North Star V6. No, V6. V8. It is a front wheel drive, big body Cadillac. It's one of the last big body Cadillacs you could possibly get. It's one of the last big body Cadillacs you could get. And it's a very comfortable, quiet riding car. This particular one, oh, I got something stuck in my throat. This particular one has a little louder exhaust, as you can probably hear. It is some sort of Flowmaster, not Flowmaster, but Magnaflow. I'm not quite sure what brand it is. Sorry if the camera keeps getting moved back up. I'm pushing my my glasses back up. And it's a pretty sporty car for its size. 4,200 pounds is what this great big behemoth of a car is. And this particular one sports the Luxury 2 package, which makes it a very quiet, comfortable car. This one is not that quiet because that Magnaflow exhaust. If there's nobody coming, I'll give it this road's a little not that great, so I ain't gonna give it any throttle where you can hear it, because this road is real bumpy. And like I said, it's a comfortable car. You can get these for around $4,200, $4,800, and which is a pretty good, I would say, is a pretty good deal. Do not buy one though if it is pre-2005. This is a 2006. They redid the head studs in 2006 this year of car, so it's a good motor. You don't have to worry about the head studs backing out. You don't have to worry about the head bolts, the head gaskets blowing, which that's what this motor is infamous for, and all that good fun stuff. I could have gone. All that good fun stuff that most North Stars have to deal with. The weak point tends to be the transmission in these, because it is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Golly, I'm doing terrible at driving right now. Okay, I got my bearings back. The brakes are excellent. This car has pretty much stock everything, other than that exhaust system, which I'm behind cars, so you can probably hear it vaguely. And it's got all the bells and whistles. Well, not quite all of them. Heated, cooled seats, controls on the steering wheel, and it's a leather-wrapped steering wheel. Of course, there's a couple things that make it feel a little cheap. The dash is a cheap plastic feeling rubberized coating. And the speedometer will go all the way up to 160, which I believe this car could do, 0 to 60, and its 0 to 60 time is like something like, I think it's like 5.2 seconds. Very quick for the size of this car. It's got 17-inch chrome alloy wheels, full disc brakes all around, of course standard safety stuff, and an analog clock. You gotta have the analog clock. That's a very important staple of cars. If you don't have the analog clock, then what are you even doing, huh? What are you even doing? Oh great, they're turning that way. And I'd say it accelerates and drives pretty fast. 292 horsepower. 292 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque is what this motor has. If it was the performance package, it would have, I think it's right at 300 horsepower, 320 foot-pounds of torque. Well more than adequate. It's a pretty quick car. I run with the best of them. Run with Camaros and things. And the performance package has magnesium suspension, magnetic suspension on it that auto adjusts, all these fancy things. This particular one being Luxury 2, which I originally thought was a performance package. It isn't. I just read wrong. I'd originally thought it was a performance package. It's got the Dyno-Ride, I think is what it's called still. No, it's the Stability Link. It's the Stability Link. It is air shock in the rear, basically a better version of Dyno-Ride. Air shock in the rear, shocks in the front, and it's auto leveling to give it a more comfortable ride. Give it more comfortable of a ride. I don't know why I'm struggling to say things about this car. Okay, well they're out of the way now. Is there anybody around? We're only gonna give it a little bit. Hey, get up and go. It wants to go. These cars, they're not built for speed. But if they won't, the Cadillacs have always been like that, unless it's the 80s. If you want to get somewhere in a hurry, they can do it. They're not built to do it, but they can do it. Slowing down here, that's a good thing. And as you can hear, that Flowmaster exhaust makes it sound like a muscle car. Sounds like straight America. And the radio, I'm not going to turn it on because even though I don't make any money off of YouTube, I don't want my channel to get hurt. So you'll have to trust me on this one. The radio is really good. This particular one has the touchscreen, making it even better, and it's really nice. But. And what if you'd ask would I recommend one of these? Yes, it's a pretty decent deal for a car. Now, is it going to be somewhat expensive to maintain? If you know what you're doing to work on it, kind of. It's more just a pain to work on. But if you're taking it to a shop, probably. These are not the cheapest cars in the world to maintain. So do keep that in mind if you're looking at one. They're very nice, pretty decently fast, they're pretty cheap and easy to get a hold of, in pretty decent shape. And they look good too. Of course, you're not going to see the outside of this car in this video, but they do look pretty good. I would recommend one, yeah, because it rides super smooth. You can feel a little bit of bumps, but that's just because this road is a pretty bumpy one. This road is pretty bumpy. But I would definitely recommend one. This review probably hadn't been that great. I'm gonna be honest, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to drive while talk, I'm new to this. I get used to it. If I get more of them where I can do that with. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you made it into this far into the video, if I said anything wrong, feel free to correct me. I'll gladly take corrections. And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you made it this far, you at least like hearing me talk. So if you want to help support the channel, the biggest way to do that is to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Those are the biggest 2 ways to do it. But other than that, thank you for watching, and have a good one. Let me go ahead and